You want to step up your walking program, make it a little more interesting. You can try using walking sticks or trekking poles. And if you're not sure what those are or how to use them or what they do, watch this video. We're going to fill you in, and I think you'll be very pleasantly pleased on what you learn.
I like your phrase, step up.
Step up, exactly right.
Right.
So we're going to go through this quickly, and it'll be fun.
Bob and Brad, the two most famous physical therapists on the internet.
So if you do walk on a regular basis as a form of exercise, let's get some terminology straight.
Gotcha.
You're not going to get a walking stick. This is a walking
Single stick.
Single stick. It's made for if you're hiking and you need something to lean on, a little bit of assistance.
With balance.
But you're not going to use this to go for a walk where
Right.
you get exercise. It's just not it. So that's it
It'll
for that.
slow you down.
Yep, and it's only on one side. You'll see. So the other thing is that walking poles.
Right.
Actually, what we're going to talk about is technically trekking poles. I still like to say sticks, walking sticks, but it's really trekking poles.
You can do what you want, Brad.
Yeah, exactly. Right. But because I practiced with this and I did it wrong and then I did it the right way and I found out, man, this really does help change your walking. You burn more calories, you
Sure.
use upper body strength, and you have better balance and posture are the big benefits.
Less stress on your joints, right?
Yeah, that as well. There's a number of things. So let's take a second and I'll get my thoughts together.
So, Brad, we have a good friend. Her name is Terry Knight,
Terry Knight, yeah,
and she's the expert on spinal stenosis.
which are a lot of people over the age of 50 or 60.
Very common.
Yes, it's very common.
And what does this do for that?
Well, this allows you to walk more erect, walk farther, improves your posture, and is going to improve your stenosis
Yeah, take
and
some
your
weight
pain.
off the back.
Exactly. I've divided this up into 3 topics. Number 1, the benefits. We've talked about them a little bit. Number 2, how to set them up.
Gotcha.
And then what to purchase if you want to try using your
Good.
trekking poles. Okay, number 1, the benefits. You're going to use arms, particularly triceps, lats,
Lats.
and core as well, because you're tightening your core without even being aware of it, as long as you use them properly, and we'll go through that. Next, there's been studies done on this, and you burn up to 20% more calories.
That's a lot.
Yeah, using the poles. Yeah, so if you want to burn calories,
Right.
which everyone
Lose
always
weight.
wants to.
Right.
Number 3, it reduces the stress on your knees and your hip joints.
And I sit back.
And the back as well.
Right.
And Terry Knight, who is our expert,
Right.
really
She
looked into
concur.
this. Absolutely. Particularly on hills, going
Right.
up and down hills, it really can work on those joints
Bear.
or relax them.
Right.
All right, we're going to go to the next setup for use. Okay, the second topic is, what should I buy for these trekking poles or walking sticks? And we have 2 samples here. And you can buy these anywhere from $30 to $200.
Sure.
Obviously, you don't want to buy $200 if you've never used them before.
Right.
Buy a cheaper set and see what you think.
Right.
There are aluminum ones, which are heavier. They're typically cheaper, and they're okay. One thing that's important is they have adjustable straps, and I'll show you that in the setup.
Most do, right?
Yes. But it's really nice to have numbers so that when you make your adjustments to get the height, it's very handy for that.
Right.
We'll talk about that more in the setup as well.
Easier to reproduce.
Yeah, you can get the carbon fiber ones. They're a little more expensive. They're lighter. And if you start with aluminum, you're probably going to go to carbon fiber eventually because they're better.
Well, these weren't terrible. They're like 50.
Yeah, actually, they're not too bad actually, and they're definitely better. They feel better. Everything's better about them. But you can start with aluminum.
And they come with multiple tips, right?
Yes, that's an important part. Like these came with these humongous tips, which I don't know what they're good for. So I took them off and I put on some smaller tips. Much better. I
Good
tried.
for triple.
Yeah, I tried walking with them with these, and then I went with this, and it's like those are going in the
No
garbage.
dice.
Right. But you'll see there'll be like some of them have 3 or 4 tip
Some
options.
have point for ice.
Point for ice,
Right.
off-road. Now, Terry talks about the ones that have a cushiony tip.
Right.
And that takes stress off your joints. Every time you hit down,
Right.
that cushion is very
Your
much
back
appreciated.
and your arms.
Exactly. Okay, now let's get into the setup. The first thing, you want to adjust the height of the pole properly. Stand with good posture, shoulders back. Have it so you can move it like this one's movable. And I'm going to start high like this. And we want this part of the arm parallel to the floor or a 90-degree bend in the elbow.
So the forearm level.
Yep, so that's too high. That's too low. And right about
Just
there.
right.
How's that look, Bob?
Beautiful.
Good. So then you simply lock it down, take note at the level it is, and you have the height. The next adjustment happens to be pretty critical to be comfortable with walking, and that's the strap. Make sure you get adjustable straps. Now, the more expensive poles have a different system, but the cheaper ones, and these work fine, you just have to have an adjustable strap and learn how to adjust it. You can see I'm making it small, where I can't get my hand in there, or larger, okay? Typically, larger the better, depending on your hand. I got a large hand, so all the way large is what we want. Now, how you put your hand in the strap is critical. If you put the strap out like this and you put your hand from the top down and grab it like this, that is not how you want to do it. You're going to get tired hands. It's going to be not productive for your walking. Pull the strap out like this. You're going to come up from the bottom
Gotcha.
like this. Allow it to go around your wrist, and then between the thumb and the pointer finger goes just like that. And that allows your hand to relax so you can push, and you don't have to hold tight with your hand so you can relax the forearm. It's very easy, and it makes a big difference. This is the same concept with cross-country skiing, if classical form.
Makes sense.
I've been using it for years, and it's a really the way to do it. Do
Energy saving.
Yeah, it'll make your walking much more comfortable. Okay, so how you walk with these is very important. I'm just going to demonstrate quick, and then I'll go through it step by step. It looks like this. Okay?
It's like you're dragging them.
Yeah, you do want to drag them. Just let them hang there. You don't want to lift them up.
All right,
Okay?
gotcha.
So when my left foot goes forward, the right pole comes forward, and it doesn't come past your foot. You're not reaching out in front of you. It's staying back, and that allows you to push when you're going forward, so you're propelling with this
Gotcha.
arm as you go
Right.
forward, and that's how your arm and upper body becomes involved. Okay, so it's here, not in front of you, but at the midsection, and then we take a step, right leg, left pole comes forward, and we push here, and I actually went a little bit further. This takes a little bit of practice, and it's harder for me to do in slow motion, but that is the idea. It's just like using crutches as a therapist. We know the right hand goes with the opposite leg.
Right.
And if you think about it, it can get kind of hard to do. If you allow your body, it's the same motion
Natural.
that you walk with. Right and opposite leg go together. And then a little push, little push, a little push. And that allows, when your stick does not come too far forward, that forces good posture.
So only grip when you push, right?
You don't even grip.
Oh.
That's the beauty
don't.
of coming in from underneath. Well, I'll keep my hands wide open. That's a good point, Bob. Hands are wide open, and I still push. No
Gotcha.
problem. I keep my hands around just to keep control of them,
Sure.
but I'm not gripping tight at all.
Right,
It's just a
gotcha.
loose grip. So good question. Let's go to the next one. So when you're starting out, you should walk on flat ground. Actually, concrete works really nice because it's smooth, and it's
Sure.
just easy to get a feel for doing it. Once you get on, like the road I live on is not smooth. It's blacktop and it's kind of rough. And when you drag your pole, it bounces around, and you
Gotcha.
may want to lift it up a little bit so that you can tolerate
So
that.
smooth asphalt or concrete.
Yeah, that works good for starting. Once you go on grass or off-road, you'll learn how to deal with the sticks. But again, you're still doing that little push and not going too far forward with each stick as you move forward. Again, that's all works out when you do it and you start with it. The next thing is when you start going uphills
Uphill, downhill.
or downhills. I'm not going to get into detail with this, but when you go uphill, depending how steep the hill is, you're going to want to shorten the stick when you go uphill. And obviously you shorten them both the same, and that's where the numbers are really handy.
Helpful.
Speeds it
Right.
up. Okay, so when you go uphill, the steps will demonstrate a hill. And this one's shorter for going uphill, and this one's longer for going downhill. So if you're going uphill, and I kept the sticks long, they simply get too high, and you don't have the leverage or the support or the strength with your arms biomechanically. When it's shortened, you can see it stays low so that my forearm is still lower, and I can.
Still low.
Yep, still level. Thank you, Bob. And it gives you much more strength and power to get up the hill. And that's what the sticks are for, to help you out.
Sure.
When you're going down, if you kept the stick short, then you're reaching over. Your posture.
posture, right.
Yeah, poor posture. Your balance is not very good. Your back is strained. So you have to have the stick longer so you reach down. And actually, I would raise this up a little bit more if I was going down a hill this steep. And what really you're going to find out, especially going down hills, you have that support. It's going to really, if you have sore knees, you're going to feel it without the stick, but with the stick, the pressure on the knees and the joints really improves, and that's a big benefit for sticks
Right.
going
Big help.
up and down hills.
Right.
So very good. I think we've covered everything, Bob. The stairs are here, and well, that's our hill today. So you want to get up and down hills, walk faster, burn more energy, have more fun.
Do it all.
See what you can do with these sticks.